Hello Cancer, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we are going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Cancer for the week of August 30th. Now Cancer, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. On Cancer, also keep in mind that the only place you can get anything from me is my website, zaneintuitive.com. Make sure you're using the link in the description below. I am out of stock, but I do have to say that, and I'll also never contact you for a reading. I'll never contact you asking you for money, either via email or in the comment section below. I also do daily content on my Instagram, so if that's your thing, definitely give me a follow there. But with all of that said, let's go ahead and get into this reading. Now, if this message resonates, please do consider hitting that like button so other people can see the video. Subscribe for future updates and drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Also want to say I'm very grateful to the people donating down below. Thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it. Same goes to my Patreons. See what we have here for you. Okay, so make sure everything's in view and we'll get right into this for you. All right, looks good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the Seven of Cups. So I feel like you have a lot of choices at hand here. Okay, the thing about the Seven of Cups is, on one hand, it's good because it can say that you're spoiled for choice. You have a lot of different things to choose from, that sort of energy, which is great. On the other hand, it can lead to wishful thinking. It can lead to being sort of spread too thin with your energy, not really deciding, not really acting because you have so much around you. And not like, this is a card that I do say with speculating on investments to be careful about, because it can say that you're putting your money in too many different places, and then so I would say just be careful of that for some of you, especially because you have that Seven of Pentacles with it as well. But right now I feel like you are also maybe a little confused. The Seven of Cups can indicate confusion, and the reason I feel like that is you have like a really solid development here in your career showing up, but then you also here have self-sabotage. And I'll get into why, but right away in the middle you have the Moon. This middle card is sort of very important because it bleeds into the rest of the cards. And the thing is, the Moon is obviously astrologically associated with the Moon. Cancer is ruled by the Moon. And so I'm going to say that this is really you showing up here in the middle, is what I felt like as soon as I pulled that. So you here are in full focus, and I feel like you are steering the ship, as is always the case, but especially in this instance, in this reading, your actions here, but I think more importantly, your thoughts are driving your reality here, and the actions that you take are important. And so the thing is, this is warning you that there might be a situation that's a little bit emotionally charged at this time as well. You can see the water's associated with emotions, especially in the tarot. And there could be someone. You do have two cards of deception as well. My intuition is telling me that it's self-sabotage, but there certainly could be someone who is not as they appear. So I would also just give you that warning. I feel like that's for less of you, but just throwing that out there. Now, in the past, you have the Hierophant. This is the organization that you work at, or just traditional energy. So this could be like a traditional marriage. This could be traditional ideals that you hold in your life. This could also be just any organization that you're a part of here. Maybe even a mentor for some of you, especially because below that you have the Emperor. This is somebody who's like very down to business. It's like, I always say big boss energy with this card. But what I'm getting is sort of suit and tie energy, okay? Like suit and tie, somebody who's traditional in the way that they go about their job, in the way that they approach their work. And that's what I'm feeling here. Now, they've become successful because of that. But for you, it's almost like, I don't know, that's what I'm getting. Some of you may resonate with that energy, but it's almost like I feel like there's something new that wants to come through here. I do feel like maybe if that's the way you are, you should just stick to who you are, and that's okay. For others of you, what you really want is a new beginning because you have this Knight of Wands here. This is somebody who is passionate about what they do. They're high skilled as well. That's why I feel like with the Emperor and this card, you're definitely skilled at what you do. The Knight of Wands is very closely associated with moving residence, moving to a new home, location, maybe even a new job for some of you. There could be just something I'm getting. Like, I feel like there is something really nice developing in the workplace within your organization. I feel like this is around something that you've achieved here. This is around the skills that you have. Maybe you're just a hardworking person who approaches your practice like that. But in the middle here, we have the Moon and the Seven of Swords. That's a classic combination of deception around you, okay? So it could be within this organization, could be with an authority figure, could be someone trying to undermine you. At the same time, with the moon being ruled, with Cancer being ruled by the moon, and I felt like initially you showing up there, the energy here could be self-sabotage. It's almost like there is something going very well for you, but in the back of your mind, you're doing something to get in the way of that success from coming in. And some of you could be dealing with that as well. So, take it as it resonates for your situation. But I would say I would also just be careful about speculating here at this time. I would not try to gamble in any market or even just literally gamble. You get to decide. It's your, I can't tell you what to do, but that's what I'm saying. And the reason is because on your mind, the thing is, you do feel lucky or something like that with the Wheel of Fortune. This is a card of luck, a card of material changes, good fortune. But you need to remember that you have achieved that by being a hard worker, by having some sort of traditional value or some sort of traditional way of operating here, Cancer. And I feel like maybe you're looking for a quick win with that. That's what I'm feeling. Now, in the future, you have the Seven of Pentacles. This is long-term investments paying off. See, this is what you're about. You're about the long term. You're about, putting money in, seeing it grow over time. Maybe a house here. This is something that you don't, quickly enter into and exit out. This is a long-term investment that matures, right? And it can also mean just a good situation in work. That's why I feel like this upper row looks very good. Like, don't get in the way of all the hard work you've put in here, is what I would say. You have the Five of Cups sitting in disappointment. That's what I'm saying here with the moon and the Seven of Swords. There's some sort of situation that you're still emotional about. But at the end of all of this, the sun is coming up here, okay? And this is the best card in the tarot. This is total success, victory, happiness, abundance, all good energy. It also negates any of the negative cards around it, which unfortunately for you, the moon, the Seven of Swords, and the Five of Cups, challenging cards around it. So for you, it's like this is going to work out. With the sun showing up there, I feel like that reassurance is coming in, where it's just like keep doing what you know is right for you, and just don't try to be someone else. I feel like at this time, make sure you are doing what you've done here in the past, as it seems like it is in the past, to achieve success. Keep doing that. So let's go ahead and see what else is coming forward here. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help my channel grow. It helps get the word out and spread the message to others. After you hit subscribe, you should see a bell. Once you click that bell, you will never miss an update from me. And lastly, Cancer, I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for spending your time with me. Hope things are going well for you. Hope things are good. I also have a Patreon. If you want to support me there, you can. There's a link to that in the description below. Absolutely no pressure though. So let's see what we have here. Now that is interesting. So we had this card that wanted to pop out, which I will go over right now. So you have Freya. Phases and cycles. There's a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. See the moon here in the background. We have the moon in the middle. The thing about the moon that I didn't talk about is this moon card indicates something that comes, it's quick, okay? it's a temporary deception. Okay, so the moon comes up, the moon goes down, right? And so this is saying that once again here, illusions are revealed and released. So it's almost like I would take a step back, take a breather before you move into something too quickly. I feel like is what I feel like I should say here. You have Bridget, inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. You're in control here. You're charging forward. You're steering the ship. And I feel like it's these actions here that you're contemplating that are going to drive the next couple weeks. Then you have Katumi, cloak of wisdom. You already know the answer. You seek, trust what you know. Yeah, look, that's what I've been saying this whole time before even pulling that. Trust what you know is to be right for you, right? And don't try to do something someone else wants you to do or act a certain way to get something. Like, I would just be yourself here. Trust what you know in this time. So let's go ahead and see what else comes forward here with the tarot cards to clarify the situation even more. So we have this Page of Wands that wanted to come out. I normally don't take those, but that seemed very prominent. I also, there was the Ace of Swords that wanted to come in, but I don't see it here. So Page of Wands, job offer, new good news, new beginnings, new offers, passionate offers. It's just a really nice card. And so some of you are contemplating, should I stay, should I go? I feel like, and we'll see what cards reveal itself here, but you have the Ten of Pentacles, wow, the Nine of Cups, and the Lovers, wow. So that's definitely really nice energy. Obviously, the Ten of Pentacles is a harvest. It can even indicate money being passed through generations. You see there's a grandfather there with their kids in the background, and so, you know, money being passed away in that way. It's also just like, large sums, so like larger investments, like something like a farm or a house or land or a retirement account that's grown over time, something that has a culminating effect to it, something that you've really worked hard at, especially with the Seven of Pentacles. So some of you, I feel like what I wanted to say was, it's almost like you have a good situation going, like you have something good going for you, and it's almost like no sudden moves here is what I feel like saying. Take it as it resonates. The Emperor and the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups, fulfillment of a wish. Yeah, look. I do wonder if you're like stepping into a leadership position, or you're hoping to, and it just hasn't happened yet. I do feel like that's potentially coming, but you need to be making sure that you aren't I almost feel like there's a tendency to jump to a new position or something like that when what you have right here developing in front of you looks good. And Knight of Wands and Lovers, maybe some of you in long distance relationship or something like that. You have Judgment, Five of Swords, Eight of Swords. Yeah, look, with the Moon and the Seven of Swords, so now we have 7 into 8. Yeah, I feel like you are blinding yourself here. It's definitely, I think some of you could be dealing with a deceptive person. I feel like more so for more of you, it's self-sabotage. Now that we put the Eight of Swords on top of it, we clarified it with that. Each sword here represents a thought that you have, and so you're getting trapped in your mind. It's self-imposed restrictions getting in the way, especially with that Seven of Swords. Five of Swords and the Moon, there may have been just a temporary loss. The thing is, the Five of Swords is not final, okay? It's something that you can bounce back from. And the Judgment card is the card of karma with the Wheel of Fortune. That's a really nice combination. Judgment is a inner calling or a rebirth or an awakening process. It's also, like I said, karma. For you, I feel like there's good karma around where you are. And if you are dealing with a challenging person, if it's not self-sabotage, that situation is going to work out, okay, in divine timing and as it's supposed to, right? Okay, we have that Seven of Cups coming in once again. Yeah, Three of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Some of you are thinking about separating. Some of you, like, from your job. I feel like certainly could be a relationship, but I feel like you're severing from. Maybe there was there could have also been a long-term relationship that ended, and you're still disappointed about that. And that's something that you should work on as you move forward in the future. It's easier said than done, I understand. Seven of Cups with twice with the Seven of Pentacles. Like, I just keep getting this message of not gambling savings, like not gambling something that you've built long term, like really just sticking to what you know here, and what has worked for you. Yeah, be careful of speculating, especially because you have this Two of Pentacles, which is juggling or fluctuating wealth. With the Sun, the thing is, this is a positive. The Sun, Two of Pentacles, indicates a positive change in finances, because this Two of Pentacles is totally dependent around with on the cards around it. And to get it clarified with the Sun, yes, there are negative cards around it, but the Sun is there, so it's almost like there's a positive change happening, like a really positive change, but you're now dealing with these other 6 cards here. So yeah, that's what I feel like is coming in. I get the sense that, like, should I say or should I go, that song? If you stay, there will be trouble. Although I don't feel like that's the lyric. I don't feel like that's the case. Yeah, occupation, poverty. Maybe there will. I don't know. I don't feel that way. My intuition this whole time was something good. Occupation, poverty, despair, mature man, thoughts, and thief. Yeah, maybe there was like, I don't feel like, I get the sense that if there was a separation or a divorce that happened a while ago and it's still on your mind, somebody like stole your energy in that way. I just feel like you can reassure yourself in some way. Like, you can change your thoughts here from poverty to abundance, and that's what's coming in here, because it seems like your occupation is going well. There could be you wanting to step into an authority role, or you wanting to step into leadership, something like that, coming in there. And you have this House card as well with all of these messages of longer term investments. Like, I just wonder if you're thinking about what to do with your house or something like that, or a larger investment that you may have made. So overall, hopefully this was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, check out my website, zaneintuitive.com. Consider becoming a Patreon. I will see you in the next one.